Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Spiritually Fucked podcast. I'm your host, Taylor Mulholland. Let's get into the show. Hello, everyone. We're double podcasting today. Maybe we'll triple. Anyways, hi. It's my first day of podcasting in a few months, and we're going straight into Cancer season. Sorry, Gemini season. I didn't miss you, but I missed a podcast, which is hilarious because Gemini is the storyteller and the speaker, but I've done a lot of writing. And so I've been actually email blasting my peeps lately. And so if you want to be a part of that, you can go to my website and you can find a way. I don't know where it is, but you can email me directly at sadflowerswritten.com if you're like sadflowerswritten@gmail.com if you're like dying to be a part of this email list. But I do email like 5 days a week. It's been like 3 to 5 times a week, sometimes every day, just because I've had a lot to say and I don't have a ton of subscribers, but I know 12% of the people open them because that's what MailChimp tells me. And so I've been writing a lot and giving like astrological updates and that, but it's Cancer season. It's the first day of Cancer season. No, it's not. It's like a few days. I don't know when the fuck the sun hit Cancer. Maybe it was today. When I opened up astro.com today, it did say 1 degree. So it's here, okay? Cancer season is here, and I'm a Cancer rising. And also Mercury, the planet of communication, and Jupiter, the planet of expansion, is in Cancer. And so I'm just going to give an intuitive read. I'm not reading off anything right now. Maybe I'll open my laptop if I feel called. If you're on YouTube, hello, I'm wearing a hat because my hair is dirty. But I just like to kind of get an idea of where the planets are, and then I go from there. And so just from the information that we know, the sun, the illuminator, what it brings light to, is in the sign of Cancer. And if you're a Cancer, hello, baby, it is your season. Happy birthday. It is the sign of female intuition. Well, all intuition, but when I see Cancer, I see like a literal, like water intuitive being in the ocean, just like a water goddess, like super sensitive, home, candles. They're just intuitive. It's the house of the mother womb, ancestral healing, like family lineage. Did I say mother wound enough? Like, I feel like that's really being called out for someone, and that's not even like you and your mother, but that's the wound of you being a mother, and that's to everything, what you birth into this world. The mother wound's been very potent in my life just from like my own creations of what I birth. This is the season to really illuminate on that with the sun being there. And then Mercury, you guys, Mercury, is it retrograding? I don't know. Mercury though, it's like, that's the planet of communication. Your intuition's probably very fucking loud right now, and however it's coming through, you need to hone in on that shit and ask, what are my yeses and nos? How is my body communicating, and what can I learn? What is my intuition saying? What is my communication style to myself? Cancer is a home. You are your own home. How are you communicating to yourself? What are the stories you're telling yourself that are not starting to feel like home anymore? What stories are you outgrowing? You know, Gemini was the season of the storyteller, and so maybe a lot of things in your mind came up for you, and this is the season where it's like, how can I forgive myself? How can I let go of these stories? How can I recreate? Think of water. Think of all the different ways water washes. How can I recreate these stories that are either no longer serving me or just want to be redirected? Cancer is the artist. You can look at it as the movie of your life. Where does it want to be directed? The planet of Jupiter. Jupiter is expansion, abundance, explosiveness. So maybe you're really fucking sensitive right now. Where is Cancer in your chart? What house is Cancer in? And you look at what house that is, 1 through 12, and you see the themes of that house. And you say, what is Cancer illuminating? What is being illuminated in this house right now? For me, it's the first fucking house of the zodiac, originally Aries. So it's really like, how am I bringing my intuition into this life? How am I going to work with Jupiter, who's going to be there for an entire year cycle? How can I bring that energy into making my intuition loud and making money from that? I'm rising into this. This is my rising sign. And with Mercury there, how can I communicate this to the world? Which I'm doing. I'm writing books. I'm writing fucking email blasts. I'm writing Instagrams. I'm writing Substacks. I'm just writing. I'm fucking writing a lot. And now I'm communicating, and I'm on a podcast and I'm communicating. And so you just think of the top 3 things: Sun, illuminator; Mercury, the communicator; Jupiter, expansion, explosiveness. And then you look at the themes of Cancer, and you look at intuition, mother, ancestral healing, softness, music, art. And then you look at what house that's in. 1 through 12, they all have different themes. The house of 5 is really coming in big right now. Whoever is listening to this that has Cancer in the 5th house, you better fucking listen, and you better not take this shit not seriously. Like, you better take this shit seriously. I don't know who you are, but that's what's coming through right now, and that's what feels alive. And house 7, you listen up. And that is you and your relationships with not only yourself, because that is whoever you're in relationship with is going to reflect how you're in relationship with yourself. But for you, I'm speaking to someone directly. For you, it seems so much easier to address the actual person, and whoever you're thinking of is the person that I'm talking about. But it might seem easier to address that specific person, but you have to address yourself in this situation. Like, they're only reflecting how you feel about yourself. And so if you have Cancer in 7th house, I'm talking to you. And I could go through all the houses, but if you want your own reading, you can hit me up. But angel numbers that came through today are 333, 444, 26, and 7. And so those are definitely numbers to watch out for. If they resonate with you, like, you just take that shit and run. But yeah, I really am inviting you to address the stories you're telling yourself about yourself. And these are the stories that no one else knows about you. They're just like, what do you know about yourself? What's hiding in the house of your mind? You know, Cancer is like soft house candles. It's like, it's inner world homey. How is that inner world homey space in your mind? Okay. And then what are these stories you keep telling yourself from last season that are ready to be transformed, transmuted, or washed away? Washed clean. Forgiveness. I feel a lot of forgiveness coming up. A lot of receptivity in that. So when you can forgive yourself, when you forgive others, they intertwine. What space is that opening up? Because when we don't forgive, we will regret later. Or when we don't forgive, we hold grudges. And when you hold a grudge, you're holding. There's no space for freedom. There's no space to let go. There's no space for it to come in. And so it's a lot about forgiveness. And Gemini still feels very loud right now. That could just be because of my Gemini placements, but there's a story that's not done writing yet. I mean, this whole life is an unfinished manuscript, but just a lot of like coming through of information, and you're not writing it down. Like, you're not listening to it, which is coming through. Like, there's things that are coming through that are trying to talk to you, or your intuition's trying to talk to you, and you're not listening. And I want you to rewrite that story with yourself of how you can reparent that relationship with your intuition. Just like the mother wound ancestral healing, ancestral lineage work, that is the Cancer. And how are you reparenting yourself? How are you parenting yourself? How are you treating yourself? You know? I feel like this was a lot of information within 10 minutes. So if you have to re-listen to this a few times, that would be great. Things that are just coming up is I'm seeing a house, like a really cozy room with a candle lit, maybe some music, maybe a few friends are there, or it's just you and you're just like enjoying yourself and your presence. There will always be a time to push and to be out there and to drive, and to really, like, I don't want to say create because we're always creating, but you know what I mean, hustle. There will always be a time to hustle. This is not that time. And if it is, you do feel inspired in that time, I wouldn't say like shove it aside because it is Cancer season. I would say, well, how can I do this but have no expectations? How can I do this through forgiveness? Like doing it because you want to do it, not because you have to. Like the word forgiveness feels really big right now. So maybe forgive yourself for not listening to yourself in the past, for hustling so much and not giving yourself a break, or for not hustling enough. And, you know, I know for me personally, I do get on myself for not pushing myself enough, but I'm realizing that's like an old story. Like, of course, there are times when I know I need to do something and I do it, or I don't do it. But there's been times in the past when, like, I do something out of, like, an old pattern or out of scarcity. Like, oh, I have to do this or I'm going to lose it. I have to do this, or, you know, because I need money to survive, blah, blah, blah. And those are old stories. So it's like just like readdressing how you're doing things. If Cancer is flow and water and Jupiter's expansion, it's like, how are you expanding your capacity to create? How are you expanding or tuning in on that like level of creation? And is it actually coming from a place of love, or is it coming from a place of performance? And how you tell the difference is, if you are creating something, and I know if you're listening to this, I know we all have a purpose and we want to help people. I know that. You're a high frequency soul and you want to help people. That's why we come here to Earth. But if you are creating something, I want you to ask this question. If no one were to ever see this, ever, and I am just creating it for myself, would I be happy? And just leave it there. If the answer is yes, that's great. Keep doing it. If the answer is no, great. Keep doing it. Don't stop or think it's bad, but just readdress and say, well, why would it be no? Why am I creating it? It's rooting to why you're doing things. Why are you a human? Maybe you don't know. Let's not answer that. Why are you a human? Who fucking cares? You're here anyways. Just be a human. But why are you creating the things you're creating? And this has brought me a lot of calmness, or like a breath of relief, because I had this moment creating my third book. I'm on my third book. It's already done. Okay. It's going to be out later this year. I'm saying it now because it's going to fucking happen and I have to hold myself accountable. And I said, you know what? If no one ever sees this, I think I would be okay. Because I've loved I want to cry right now because I've loved this so much myself. And this book has helped me so much myself. If no one ever sees this or reads it or picks it up, you know what? I'm going to be okay. And that's the moment when I realized what I was doing was what I was meant to be doing. And sometimes we get confused that what we're meant to be doing is going to bring this mass amount of success, or we're going to become billionaires from what we're meant to do. And maybe that is true, okay? I hope that's true in my life. I hope I'm a world famous author. But sometimes the things we're meant to do is to just bring a higher frequency to this world. And if we are doing that by helping someone, one person at a time, even if that one person is just ourselves, we're doing what we're meant to do. And that is my mission every fucking day. And I invite you into that. Tell a stranger you like her hair. Smile at someone. Tell a friend you love them or you're thinking of them. It's like, how can we uplift the frequency of the world one step at a time? And I know we look and it's so easy to get lost in the sauce and lost in this wanting to create a multi-million-dollar business that's helping the world and sell out on a course and write books that sell millions. Like, it's so easy to see that making a big impact because it does. But even if your work is not making that impact, that doesn't make any less of it. And boy, has that been my work, because I'll put hours and hours. I'm a professional at this point. 10,000 hours? Fuck it. I've done that writing and creating books. I've had to. I mean, the amount of endless days I've done, and for it to get 3 sales or whatnot, and to be okay with that, that takes a lot of fucking work, and that takes a lot of love into what I do. And, you know, maybe at some points in my life it wasn't coming from that place. And I did want to like sell out or sell a bajillion copies. I'm specifically talking about my first book sell. I had a lot of expectations on it. But that, just because they didn't meet those expectations doesn't make it any less of the work. And so I feel like for Volume Bloom, I kind of was like going backwards, learning how to love my work. But now with the Feather Archives, my second book, I really have been starting from scratch and like moving from the base forward, if that makes sense. I'm gonna leave it at that for my self-talk. This is about Cancer season and expansion, and Cancer is the waters of the heart. How is that for you? What does that mean to you? What is pumping through your heart? And is it true? Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. How are you applying it to your life? Jupiter expansion. But again, with like these planets, like expansion sounds nice, but sometimes it can explode. And so kind of maybe we can get into a little bit of the shadows to watch out for Cancer season. Sometimes we only like to talk about the good stuff, but I want to talk about the maybe stuff that you should watch out for. And so emotions, expansion, explosiveness. Your emotions might get explosive, specifically through communication. You could get triggered or irritated, or you could start just spewing your mouth out and not stop talking about your emotions. And it's just like, there's nothing bad, there's nothing wrong with you, but it's just like, whoa, how can I like tame this a little? How can I tame the waters? So just really like breathing, being soft with yourself. If you're feeling highly fucking emotional, that's the medicine. If you're feeling highly emotional, just be soft with yourself. Talk to yourself. Maybe this is the season where you learn how to talk to yourself. Or you take calming yourself down, you take words or something in communication, music, you're using that to calm yourself down. Somatic work. Oof, that feels really loud right now. And so however your body is trying to communicate with you, I would listen to that. Right now, I really feel this in my fucking uterus. So, women, your cycle, how is your cycle talking to you? I feel like I'm a fucking expert on menstrual cycles right now. And so if your cycle is a little off, or it's like, it's talking to you, these symptoms aren't something to just schlep aside. Like they're communicating. Your body's communicating always. And expression. Just be your artistic, expressive self, but know where it's coming from. Why are you doing it? There's no right or wrong answer. If you're doing it because you want attention, fucking go for it. But is that going to leave you unfulfilled? That's the question. So I'm going to end it there. I really hope you guys have an amazing Cancer season. This is the time to get cozied up. Ooh, if you got a lover, you just love, love, love on them. And if you don't, you just love, love, love on yourself. And I really hope that for you. And, it's summer, so spend some time in some water. Try to shorten your showers. Okay, I'm just going to say that. Try to shorten your showers because we care about the earth. Okay, I don't know why that just came through. I don't know who that's for. Oh, maybe it's like reserve your water. Ah, okay, this is where it's coming from. See, these metaphors. Don't waste your emotions on someone or something that doesn't feel like home. Ooh, that felt like a strong message for someone. See, it wasn't about the short showers, maybe it was, in the water, but it was about not wasting your emotions on someone or something that doesn't feel like home. If this message was for you, you gotta fucking tell me, dude, because this shit was just flying through my head. But yeah. Anyways, take everything with a grain of salt. Take what you like and leave the rest. And I'd love to get to know you. Who are you? Are we friends? Like, do you listen to me because we're friends, or did you find me randomly? Um, that's something I would really like to know. Okay? So, I adore you so much. Thanks for being here, and I'll see you soon. Okay? Bye.